We also have the stakeholders that notice this. Stakeholders are also starting to worry about hyper-personalization of advertising. In fact, it's now become the point that another project we have going on, one of the students has observed that people now believe that all adverts are targeted at them.
We don't like it when computer says no. We've never liked it, long before machine learning. You know, just when it told you you can't have a loan, you can't park your car there, you can't get a residence permit. You can tell where my interests lie right now.
Our own annual survey recently published showed that the percentage of people who really trust organisations, business and government, with their personal data was actually increasing. So compared to last year, there was actually an increase, but it was still only at about a third, so it's still only a minority of the population.
So when I started working in this area, and many of you might have found the same thing, we only had very few examples of the impact of algorithms.
The interesting thing about UnBias is that we've really gone out to try to find out, in particular with the youth juries, you know, what the kids are thinking. What are the concerns of school children? What are their understandings of the problems of bias and algorithms? And also, you know, what are their suggestions for remedies? The data from which these modern algorithms learn, because that data can embed biases, you know, historical biases that were present, whether it's racism or gender issues. So we need to look at the data, but also we need to look at the developers of these algorithms and are we sensitizing them to. I think today we had a vigorous call to action from Baroness Beeban Kidron. I mean, she really set the agenda for where we need to go with this. And it is about holding technology companies to account to society.
So the UnBias project has been researching issues with algorithmic mediated online systems, which basically means any online platform that is run that's predominantly by an algorithm. So something like Facebook or Instagram, your news feed, it's not a human deciding what comes up on your news feed, it's a piece of machine code. And really talking about the issues surrounding fairness and bias within these systems.
We ran youth juries with children who were predominantly aged 13 to 17 years, and we sought to kind of inform them about how the internet works, because often this isn't covered in school curriculum. So the children really wanted to learn more about how algorithms operate and how that information is collected online and how profiles can be made about them.
So our particular work has involved working closely with users. So we have done stakeholder workshops, we've done youth juries, we've done a lot of very close co-design kind of work to come up with recommendations for policy, for designers, and also for users themselves to be able to create an awareness of what's happening around algorithmic decision making.
So the UnBias project has been looking to address issues around how algorithms are playing more and more of an important role in shaping the information and experiences that people have, and to try to address unintended biases that come into these and the way in which these algorithms can end up manipulating the experiences people have. So I've been leading the stakeholder engagement group, which has really been all about bringing together civil society groups, industry, academics and regulators to explore the problem space, to take in the results that have come out of the youth juries engagements.
The goal of the UnBias project is to figure out how interactions between users and web platforms and algorithmic systems in general can be made more fair. And our role in Edinburgh towards that goal has been to look into the technical aspect of that, to think about it in particular in terms of benefits, how they're distributed, the benefits of an algorithm, how it improves, say, the business, and maybe balance the benefits between the business owners, the company that runs the platform, and the users, so that they can have a say into that.
UnBias has been attempting to understand to what degree people are aware of the issues of bias and unfairness and lack of trust in algorithmic systems, in particular trying to understand the perception of young people, how far they are aware of these issues and the degree to which they affect their lives.
The thing is that, you know, there was, when I first came into this arena, a sort of a sense you can't do anything, you can't look under the hood, you can't make a difference. And I actually just don't accept that. And things like the UnBias project look at intricate detail of what the user experience is, what the user need is, and what the user solution is. Everybody wants to embrace the technology. That's not a question. The question is, what are the terms and conditions under which we embrace that technology? And I don't mean those hundreds of pages, you know, of terms and conditions. That's one of the cheats. I think that what we have to do is start with what are they trying to do, and we need to broaden the scope of what we think they should be doing. So, for example, at the moment, you will have heard of the attention economy. The algorithm is set to keep your attention at all costs. You know, why? To collect data. Why? To sell you advertising. It's for profit. You know what? It's always really amazing to have a lot of clever people who think very, very hard, you know, about a subject, and see them all in the room and to share perspectives, particularly when you're close or when you're very far apart. You know, you hone your arguments, you do it better.
The UnBias event, it was actually really, really informative and brought home things about the terms and conditions that we've done in our legal design sprint, as well as the themes of trust, consent, that you don't really actually understand when you go on the internet at all.
I like the fact that this event, it highlighted the importance of how, you know, people don't know how the data is and the whole trust issue in general. And I like how, you know, how Cristina said it brought home a lot of facts in which a lot of things that people are unaware of, and to hear it from the experts themselves who have spent their time and effort into working on this just to raise awareness for everyone else.
I absolutely loved how interdisciplinary the event was and how many people from how many different sectors actually attended this event, and showed that this project does involve a lot of different people, from law to policy and to government.
Basically, this has a lot to do with my PhD research project, which has to do with fairness and transparency in machine learning classifiers. So that's why I got into here.
I think by its very nature, an algorithm will have a bias. It will have a bias which will be built into the rules specified by the designer. However, it's important that those rules be made known to the individuals who are using it, and that they are in a position to be able to make an assessment of whether they're being treated fairly or not. There is still a big educational task ahead of us. And the more people are made aware of what these computers do and how they operate, etc., the better chance there will be of them understanding it and being able to use them in a productive way.